Welcome to the You Heard podcast, your go-to for Miami Hurricanes football. Ben, Joe, Pope, and CB break down recruiting, hot topics, and game day action.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. No, let's talk about this right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like,
what are we talking about, son?
Get into it, talk. I felt
Keeping it a buck.
Let me close these curtains real quick.
You heard. Everybody here in the building. Appreciate y'all.
What's going on?
That's not the one. Nope. Wait, nope. Yeah, I'm gonna get this figured out. There we go. There we go. We got there. We got there, fellas. What, Joey? Are you eating maraschino cherries? Is that what we doing?
I'm eating butter pecan ice cream.
Oh,
Man, don't lick the spoon.
Old
like
school,
that.
son. Yeah, chill, relax.
this is good stuff.
Pause, yo. Don't just.
No, relax, son.
I've never had butter
great.
pecan ice cream in my life. Never had it in my life.
You're missing out.
What are you doing? What do you mean you never had? What's happening?
I've never had it, yo. I'm saying.
What's the problem?
Cookie
What's
dough.
the issue?
Cookie dough all day, man. What are you talking about? Nah, no, ain't no butter pecan.
There's other flavors, man.
No, I'm sure there are, but just I'm locked in. You know what I'm saying I'm committed to the chocolate chip cookie dough.
Right.
Poke, how you doing, my brother?
Doing good, man. Just been busy as hell, man. Just been super busy.
Yeah, nonstop. Hey, Poke, what you got on there, buddy? What you got going on there, pal?
What this? Oh, you mean this?
Yeah, that right there. That's nice.
Just a little something.
Where'd you get something? Where'd you get something like that?
I want to say You Heard Pod website on the merch.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man.
Legends line. That part of a Legends line.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
New
What's
one
going
just
on,
hit too.
Autism, man? Yes. We have the drop. We will be doing that shortly here. Good day, fellas. We have a number 6 class with more to come, and some of these fools are bitching about missing on a guy in late June. We will get into all of that, Autism. We have a lot to talk about. We, as always, as you know, obviously we have a group chat. You know what I'm saying? The squad has a group chat, but I throw out the topics. We throw out topics throughout the week. We don't discuss it till Sunday. We have a bunch of other conversations because there's plenty to talk about.
We could have a whole podcast just based off our text conversations.
100%. Joe, how's the butter pecan? You know what I'm saying? How was your weekend, man? Oh, grapes now? Okay. You went on the healthy side. Red grapes ain't my thing.
I took a nap, man. I woke up at like 5:55, so I had to get something to eat, man.
Yeah.
But do you have beaver nuggets? So
It's Buc-ee's. I despise that store.
what? Oh, come on.
No.
It's the Walmart. It's the Walmart of gas stations.
No, it's better than Walmart.
And Walmart.
Better than Walmart. What is? This is probably the most disrespectful thing you've ever said on the show.
The Walmart of gas stations, dog.
Some Buc-ee's is fantastic.
Too much.
It is too much. I will say that their trail mix alone. Their trail mix alone is wild. Like you don't need that much trail mix. You don't need 85,000 feet of a wall of trail mix. That's just absurd. Well,
I'll give you that. Damn much.
So good though.
Too damn much.
It's really good.
Too good. It's too good.
It's fantastic. All right, man. Joe, salute to you for holding it down Wednesday, man. I'm saying your boy got called into work literally last minute, so appreciate you. That drive was not fun. Thanks to Mo. He'll show up here in about 45 minutes. Thanks to Mo for being concerned about where I was. I was very nice to him. Shout out to him. But yeah, man. Poke, let's start with you, man. How you look? The month is over, right? The month ends tomorrow. I'm sure we might get a commit tomorrow. Don't know what the timeline is for a lot of people. They might be rescheduling dates, pushing back, all this shit. There's a lot of business going on right now. With what we have so far, let's just jump right into it. How do you feel about how the month has gone with official visits to who we've gotten recruited? Who we've got committed so far?
Yeah. No, I feel it's gone great. I mean, of course there were a few, that we would have hoped we would have gotten, but I mean, a few of them were kind of long shots. But I mean, you do what you can. You hope you get who you can get. But I'm very pleased with the guys we got coming in. The biggest one for me was flipping Vance Spafford and getting that commitment from him from Georgia. That's in my book probably to date probably the best flip we've gotten. This recruiting cycle. So super stoked about that one. Got a very very large defensive tackle.
Yes, finally.
Which we needed. I mean, we've got size. We got dudes on the defensive line. But I think having a guy of what's he like, goes 6'4", 330 or something like that. Big, just
yeah,
big space eater. So very, very happy about that one. I mean, there's still a few out there that we're hoping to get, fingers crossed, but you never know with those guys. Just brought in some quality dudes. The other flip from well, I guess you can't call it a flip. He decommitted from Tennessee in Evans before he committed to Miami. So it's not technically a flip, but I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. So I'm very pleased with that addition as well. But I mean, I think the month's gone great. We still got a whole nother month to go before, fall camp starts. So I think there's still got some more fireworks out there. I think we're going to find.
Yeah, that's great. I like that pun too. Seeing as 4th of July's coming up. I see what you did there.
That was, I didn't even try. I didn't even try to do that.
That's a bar. Bar. That was a bar. Salute to you, Pope.
I guess.
Joey, what you thinking, brother?
Yeah, man. Did well. I think coming out of the summer. I think really as well as you could do coming out of the summer, man. Those targets that Miami missed on, the James Johnson and who else were we supposed to get that we didn't get? James Johnson is the main one.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, there's a couple of commitment dates that are coming up soon.
Jay Lamar was the other one.
Jay Lamar, yeah. But again, man, those major guys, you're fighting until December, man. So those guys committing now. Yeah, most likely some of them are gonna stick, but a lot of times, man, we fighting until December. So, and Miami, Coach Cristobal and staff are not gonna stop recruiting until December. So I'm good though, man. Jackson Cantwell, we come out of the deal with Jackson Cantwell. We come out with Izzy Briggs. We come out with Vance Spafford.
Tyran Evans.
Yeah, I'm good. Ashari Charles, man.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah,
I'm good. I'm good.
Got another JJ.
Bacon,
yeah.
Joe Irving, one of the guys that were criminally underrated.
That guy's a monster. Shout out to Joe Irving, man. I love his energy on social media, man. Just focused on getting better and just staying focused on being a king. So salute to him. Yeah, man. Like recapping the month, I'm like, fam, it's June and we're number 6 in the nation, right? Like, and we jumped up from what 13th or 14th.
Yeah,
like we're not. Yeah, we're not. It's not like we were battling App State. No disrespect. I'm saying we're battling SEC programs. You know what I'm saying? Like the quote unquote premier conference, according to narratives, and you know what I'm saying. Look, their draft class is the draft class. That's what they do in the NFL. But like we're battling for big time players, man. Like you're not gonna get them all. Like I don't look. And I've stayed consistent in this, and y'all know. Shout out to Halo 12. Appreciate you. And I've stayed consistent. I never worry about who we don't get. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't focus on that because like, how's that gonna affect me? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause also, it's June, right? Like the commitment graphics are the commitment graphics. Yes, we're not gonna flip everybody. We don't know the inner workings of the conversations and the contracts and the money that's been exchanged. Don't care. That's none of my business. That's for them to know. That's their business and their future careers. I give them that because this is their career.
Mm-hmm.
But to worry about what a Jasen Lopez does, regardless of it, you know what I'm saying, he was one of my favorite players in this class.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah, regardless what a James John, like, fam, I don't go with like, man, I'm not gonna spaz out. I'm a 41-year-old man. Like, these are 16, 17-year-old kids making decisions with most of the information and being advised by a bunch of people who might have their best interests at heart or might not. We don't know. Like, this is the business of football now, and it changes constantly. I don't concern myself with it. Again, we flipped Vance Spafford from Georgia, right? They got back Jay Lamar. Cool, that's a business. We got Jackson Cantwell. All right, you know what I'm saying? They get James John. Like, this is the trade-off of what happens. Oh no, I haven't even started to crash out. I haven't even started. We're only 10 minutes in. That goes on the second half. I'm just saying, like, recap.
Still warming up.
I haven't even started. Wait till Wednesday too, Flo. We got things to talk about for the culture this Wednesday. Yeah, man, it's June, fam. Like, people acting like the graphic is the contract, and it's not. Are we gonna flip some people? Yes. Are some people gonna get flipped from us? Yes. That's the business of college football. To crash out, you know what I'm saying, on a June graphic, you know what I'm saying? Chill out. We'll be good.
We've all been here before, man. We've been following recruiting
every year. Every year
especially
we're here.
since Coach Cristobal has been here, and we know what it is, man. Like, this past recruiting cycle, he didn't really flip nothing, you know. But a year 2023, it was crazy. You know what I mean?
That I still remember that Justin Scott graphic in like November. Like, what? We didn't know nothing about none of it. Like, yo, what? There was like a little rumble at the beginning of the day. Like, hey man, there's some shit going on here with Justin Scott. We flipped Fletch. You know what I'm saying? Flip Lyle. Like, this is what do you think this is? This is the business, yo. So salute to all the commits, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to fight through it too. And also, it's not like the staff stops recruiting these guys because the graphic came out. They have to continue to show that same energy, and be themselves all the way through December till that pen go to paper. And
for sure. I'm
assuming it's a DocuSign, by the way. I don't think there's no pen to paper like this.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah,
I just did that DocuSign. Click here to sign. But no, you're absolutely 100% correct, because I mean, you can't just stop recruiting a guy just because you get the commitment and the graphic drops. I mean, you still got your own guys that you still got to be on them. You still got to be, maybe not going as hard because you got that commitment from them already, but you still got to know you're still all about them, and you still want them part of this team, and part of this, the culture and everything for this upcoming season. So you can't just kind of let them go by the wayside. But, at the same time, you're going hard on these guys that you're really focused on and you really want to get, whether they be a flip or not. You still got to keep your whole class together. And that's, the ultimate goal. Try to minimize any defections or flips or anything like that. So you just got to stay on top of it for the whole way through.
Facts. 863 King says, one thing about Mario, he knows he can't get them all, but he ain't gonna stop trying. And you shouldn't. Like, you shouldn't. You gotta fight. You gotta fight, man. But, like, that's the thing when we're going for these big time players, right? That we didn't go used to in the past. We just got complacent with, like, the guys who just be happy to be here, and you didn't fight to, like, convince those guys that just wanted to go to other programs and show them why Miami's the place to be. That work takes time to get the tables turned on, right? Like, you got to fight for all that shit. So it's not just fight till June. It's all the way to December. You know what I'm saying? It's have them come on unofficial visits, check out game days. You know what I'm saying? Continue to build those relationships. It doesn't just end when a graphic drops.
And the season is very vital, man, when it comes to that too. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to leave, what coaches are going to leave, what type of season someone is going to have. You never know, man. So you got to keep recruiting until the very end. So,
yeah, absolutely. Number 6 of the nation right now. In June, we've got, Joe did mention it, allude to it. There is on Saturday, Calvin Russell makes his decision. I think the following Saturday, Derek Cooper makes his decision. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things still happening.
Yeah,
But
we still got people we waiting for, man. Zachary Turner is
Zachary
somebody
Turner,
we still waiting for, man.
Breck. Did I miss a Breck graphic?
Breck
Breck.
is still, he's
Still,
still deciding. He's
Yeah.
taking his time with the process, and
Yeah.
that's
Come,
yeah.
come join the wall, dog. Come on, join the wall. You know what I'm saying? There's a wall being built. You know what I'm saying? Come through, man. That's
the last brick right there, man. Breck, you're the
that's it.
last brick. Breck, you're the
Yeah.
last brick, man.
Why'd you say it like that? Why'd you
Come on,
enunciate?
man.
Why'd you enunciate it like that? That was crazy.
Let's go,
Oh
Breck.
man.
That's how you
All
got to
right,
say it.
Breck. Come on, Breck. Be the last brick. Yeah,
Let's get it.
that's the only way we could say it. You're absolutely right. Now,
Yeah, man.
that was that side of it. Now, let's talk about the quote unquote misses, right? Because that's what
Mhm.
people, us, I guess you could say, battered fans, PTSD fans, tend to focus on who we don't get. Not looking at the fact that we flipped a Vance Spafford, kept the Jackson Cantwell, number one player in the country, Joel Irvin, criminally underrated. It's just weird that the crash out over a James Johnson, right? Let's go with James Johnson, then we'll work back to Jasen Lopez. It's the loafers aren't loafing. It just doesn't feel, it just wasn't going to happen. Oh, Mario got stuffed in all this other shit. When that happened Saturday, which we kind of had the you know what I'm saying, idea that was going to happen. And Joe, you posted that chat comment from Dogs247. He just wanted to go to the SEC, right? How do you what?
Timeout.
Mo.
Oh my god!
Mo was
Wow,
here. Mo
Mo
was
has
here.
arrived, guys. Mo has
Yeah.
Wow.
arrived. I'm so proud of you. You know what's funny about Mo? He messaged me in the group chat at probably around 10:30. Hey Ben, don't forget your show is on at 6, and he still shows up 22 minutes late. You know
He's
how
early. What are you talking about?
Right.
eight
He's
and a half
early.
hours, dog.
20
Eight
minutes.
and a half hours.
He's early.
Mo, you might have to rewind. I already gave you a shout out at 6:05. At 6:05 of this, so go ahead and rewind that after. Just give us the extra view. Appreciate you, my brother. Look, man, the misses, right? It's what fans, and we don't want to have like the conversations of like arguing like what people tweet out. Just you guys' take on it, right? What you guys consider the misses and why people react the way that they do for June misses or for guys that we should have gotten. I like to think of it as like the entitlement thing, like, oh, we should have got him. Right. So I want y'all taking a poke. I started with you last time. So Joey, I'll start with you. What you thinking, man?
Yeah, I'll entertain it.
That's the way we do here. Yeah.
It's not a, first of all, nothing's missed yet. We haven't missed on anything yet because signing day is not until December. So, we haven't missed. But I understand the frustration with the D tackle position because that's the D tackle position, right? I think we're just in search for that major D tackle commit. Yes, we got Tyson Bacon. Yes, we got Anthony Kennedy Jr. But people are still just in search for that bang, that 5-star impact D tackle commit. Jasen Lopez, that just surprised that for the longest has been seen as a Miami lock, right? That from the beginning, like everybody's been talking about Jasen Lopez and him committing to Florida State. That definitely raised some eyebrows, man.
Yeah.
Definitely raised some eyebrows. Now I have my personal thoughts on that, but so I can understand the frustration behind that. But again, man, it's recruiting, man. We've been watching it. We've been watching it every year. People pay. There's no rhyme or reason, man. There's no rhyme or reason, man. We get hot. People are, oh, we hot. We getting everybody, and then when we don't get somebody, we're the worst. It's the worst. Everybody's terrible. Fire everybody, and
So and so is trash. This guy needs to go. This coach is bad.
There's no rhyme or reason to it, man.
Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason to it, man.
I feel you. Poke, what you think, Poke?
There's really not. I mean, I say it every year. A kid's going to go where a kid's going to want to go, and if it's not Miami, then it's not Miami. I mean, there's nothing. I don't know that. I didn't really see the crash out on James Johnson, but I mean, I don't get it either. Some people are saying, "Oh, we got to keep all the Miami kids in Miami." It's like that's you can't do that.
He's not even from Miami.
That was my next point. He transferred from Fort Myers. He's from Fort Myers.
Yep.
He transferred down to play down here because he wants to play for a high caliber championship type high school team. But yeah, I don't know. But the Jasen Lopez thing, I think the only thing that stung was the Florida State commit. Giving Florida State the commit. I think that's the one that hurt a little bit. I mean, as far as Miami missing, honestly, I mean, keeping it a buck, we flipped Vance Spafford. I don't think both of them coming was ever going to be a thing just because of us getting Spafford's commitment. That's just me. Would I've liked to take both of them? Of course. I think they're very, very similar play styles. I think for the most part, for me, I think we got the better of the two. That's just my personal opinion. I really like Spafford a lot. I like Lopez. I don't think he can do exactly what Spafford can do, so I think we kind of won out on that. But him going to Florida State kind of stung. If he'd have gone anywhere else, then I'd been okay, fine. But I don't know. People just get everybody wants that instant gratification right away, and when it doesn't happen, people throw a fit about it, and it's you got to kind of play the long game with a lot of these guys, and you got to play the waiting game. And like Joe said earlier, the season is going to matter a lot depending on what happens. Like, is it coaches leaving, how the team plays, how they finish, what the product looks like on the field for a lot of these top tier guys. And that'll go towards, flips too. And even vice versa, us losing guys depending on how our season goes too. So, I mean, to crash out about something right now, I mean, I get it. It's social media. People are going to do stuff as, for the content, all that good stuff. But, just we've seen it time and time again in Cristobal's tenure here so far. Just wait, just wait, see what happens. So,
yeah, real quick, Ben, real quick before you get into it, I think the Spafford and Lopez thing, Polk was saying, and I think a lot of people think they're like those are your slots, right? But I personally think that Vance Spafford and Jasen Lopez are not alike. Like I really think they're two different receivers. Like Vance Spafford can play the slot,
inside,
he can
outside.
play outside. What I mean? He's done both. I think Jasen Lopez is your typical slot receiver. Jasen Lopez is not as fast as Spafford at all. I mean? Spafford's a burner. Like I said Wednesday, I think he reminds me of Mike Harley, where he can go inside and outside. He could play slot and he can play outside. So I think getting both of them wouldn't have been a problem. I don't, we don't know how the staff feels about that or whatever. But yeah, I think I think it would have been cool to just have both of them have those weapons. The SEC in Big 20.
Yeah, no, just
did he mean Mo?
Yeah, he did.
Mo?
He just let Mo. Don't Mo, appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much for the dono.
Thank
I
you,
also
Mo.
appreciate you yelling it.
Thank you.
Tim Dwight, that's a good shout, yo.
Oh,
Tim
nice.
Dwight.
Nice call.
Yeah,
That's,
but
that's nice.
I stay away from comparing them to those. Tim Dwight was fast, but he wasn't good. You know what I mean? So I don't want to do it like that to them. Dude.
He really wasn't, dog.
Point
He's
blank.
speed wise. He
We
can
just
run.
want to
Like,
compare him
straight.
to every white. He reminds me of Don Beebe. Come on, son. Don Beebe was trash. Like, stop playing. He was fast, yes, but no.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. No, Mo, we got you, man. I know. It is. There is more than 10 teams, though. There is like 28. There's a 28.
Big 10 with 30 teams.
Yeah, it's wild. Oh man, yeah, man. I just that Tim Dwight shit threw me off. I can't even hold you. I'm trying to get it back.
He was fast.
Nah, man, look,
Dwight was fast.
look, JJ thing. You know, he wanted to play in the SEC. Cool. Like I don't. Yes, you want to keep the fact that he's there, but it's June. Northwestern isn't very far. Miami can make week trips. They got, you know what I'm saying, they got to commit Jordan Campbell there. They have a couple other guys that could still try to visit throughout the months. It is what it is. That's the business. The Jasen Lopez thing, I understood if he didn't why he wouldn't come here. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if he wasn't one of my favorite players in the class. But to go to that program, like not just and not look, take my hatred of that school and the fact that that stadium smells like garbage can juice. Take all that. Let's move that aside. As a program, like as a business decision, why would you go there? I could understand an NC State. I could understand, you know what I'm saying? I could understand like a North Carolina, possibly if he wants to play basketball. And I could understand those kind of moves. Shit, I could even give you a program in the Big 12. Whatever, Colorado, something like that. I could see that. They just don't look good as an organization.
Son, it's like you're going to work for Radio Shack in 2025. Like they're not. It's not. They're not a thing anymore.
Are there even any left?
No, like you know what? Right. I think I'm gonna apply at Circuit City.
Circuit City.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh my God.
Get me that Sears application, son.
What's the deal with Birdine? Is Birdine still around? You know what I'm saying? Let me see.
Oh my God.
I didn't. That's look. The business is the business. That's fine. But that's the decision you make. Like that, them. You know, I would have given you USF. I literally FAU. I'd give you other programs if you want to up your stock and go to. But them, like they're going to go through major changes in the offseason because they have to hit on every possible. They had to hit on every possible variable in their season to just go 6-6. Like I didn't understand that. If they were good, I was like, all right, man, look, we lost to, but them, not even off the 2-10 team. I'm saying just as an organization, they're trash. It's just weird. It's just weird. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that at all. But yeah, man, it's the business, right? Like that's, again, it's June. Hopefully Jai Lucas can get in there, you know what I'm saying, and kind of show him that he does want him to be part of the basketball program. If that was a 50-50 decision that weighed heavy on his decision, that he wants to play ball, all right, I give you that. Oh, my God, service merchandise, yo. Wow.
You know, probably one of the most confusing stores that I ever shopped in when I was younger.
In my life.
You can't buy anything off the shelf. You have to carry around that stupid little pad and pencil, and you got to write the numbers down and take it to the back, and then they pull it through on the conveyor belt, and then I was like, what is going on here? It's the most confusing
that was so. It was like a warehouse. It was like a warehouse, but it wasn't. It was like in between Costco and it was just weird. Yo,
it was so weird.
Man.
The only thing you could actually purchase, but without taking it to the back, was in the jewelry section.
Which is
everything else you had to write down on a little pad, like the numbers where it was and everything like that. Oh man, it was wild.
That shit was crazy. It's like taking a job at Blockbuster right now. You know what I'm saying? Like just none of it. It just was a bad idea. What's autism talk about? Ben, you got to give FSP some credit. If everything goes perfect, they can win. There's no way they win 7 games if everything goes perfect. I don't
know.
Everything has to go perfect, and everything for the opponent has to go wrong in every game. Every single game. I
believe Castellanos, dog. Castellanos tore up the ACC. Tore it up
for 4 years.
He destroyed
the
everybody.
Best player ever. Yeah, the best player ever.
Best player in the conference, and Alabama better watch out.
That's right.
Alabama better watch out.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
It's the first game of the season. You never know what's going to happen, man. They're going to throw the kitchen sink. Gus Malzahn isn't at the helm.
But the kitchen sink is broken, fam.
Hey, man. You get hit with those shattered pieces.
Just a bunch of little cuts. Just a bunch of little cuts. bunch of little cuts. Let's
Oh,
get
my
into this
goodness.
Canes We're at. CB in the building. Canes We're at real quick. We'll be right back, guys.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Yeah.
You getting more grapes there, Joey? You getting more
No.
snacks in?
Real quick, before we get back, CB coming in the chat reminded me of something. If anybody watching the show
Got you.
has an issue with anybody on this show, don't put it in the chat. Don't say anything about it. Say something to us privately. You can hit us up on Messenger, on Twitter, or something. Don't come in here talking bad about anybody on this show. You will get
Yeah, I know.
That's the quickest way. You lucky everybody wasn't here.
Yeah.
When whoever said that last time.
Yeah.
Somebody would have blocked you. I wasn't swift enough. I don't believe in the
I would have blocked your ass.
For real, but yeah.
I would have blocked you.
He would have blocked you, definitely. He would have blocked you.
I think Kevin Matumbo the shit out your ass.
Yeah, he would have blocked you. Don't
I don't play that shit. Nah.
Don't do that. So everybody has opinions, no doubt. Respectfully. But don't come in with that. So nah, we ain't doing that.
Facts.
All right, that's it.
We are a month away from fall ball. My God.
I can't wait.
I honestly, you like I saw you say it, but I didn't hear you, so I thought you're like your mic just cut out. You go, I can't wait. So I didn't know if you were. You doing that shit? You doing that ASMR shit again, Joe? Is that oh my God, you tripping? Let's see. Does anyone know the over on FSU QB games played? I'm betting 6.5. For last year, I couldn't tell you. Also 6.5 is QB 7 inches taller than he is. So I don't know, he's like 5'5". 5 plus 5. Look, man, like we alluded to it earlier. There's a couple big time commits coming up in the next 2 weeks. The next 2 Saturdays. We don't know. Brett Colliger hasn't put on a graphic. Don't know when. I don't know if Zachary Turner has put out a graphic of when he's committing. There's some rumors of possibly moving up.
Yeah, I thought he had a date, but
yeah, I don't have nothing official. So the ones that we have confirmed: July 12th, Derek Cooper. July 5th, Calvin Russell. I did get to see some Calvin Russell today in a great game against Low Pro with Raw Miami. I take everything back that I said. I take it. I don't take everything. Mind you, it's touch football, but yeah, okay. All right, come on, man. Yeah, yo, fam.
He's special. He's special for sure.
Woo,
no doubt.
Woo, that can't. Listen, man. We talked about this. We had a couple guys that Poke finally said it, big time announcement a month ago. Derek Cooper would be a whiff, right? I still can't get over that. I haven't processed it fully yet. I'm talking to I'm gonna get my therapist involved in how to process that. Calvin Russell. Yeah, like Calvin Russell, Jasen Lopez already won with. James Johnson wasn't. I knew that was gonna be a struggle. But like Calvin Russell and Derek Cooper are like my must gets for this class. And I know how challenging that's gonna be with those two guys. What y'all thinking? Take the June shit, take the wake me up in December and all that stuff. It's easier to get a guy committed and keep him all the way. I think it's easier to get a guy committed and keep him all the way through than to flip because you got to fight and money comes involved in all that shit, right?
Right.
Are those two guys? Take the Tristan Keys effect out of it too. Just we're strictly speaking about these two. I know. Okay, all right, Joe. Stop doing the ASMR shit. What are you doing? Man, we can hear you. See this? I can hear. Yeah, all right. Somebody's gonna listen to this podcast in their car, like, yo, what the fuck is that whispering during the show? Is that somebody in the background? So I started with Joe last time. Poke, we'll go with you. What are your thoughts on these top 5 stars in the Miami area? You know what I'm saying? In South Florida, because Chaminade isn't Miami or Northwest. Yeah.
Right. No, I already said about Cooper. That's numero uno. And if that one, goes down the drain, then that's bad.
Yeah.
Now Calvin, I'm not saying Calvin Russell isn't a must get either. I'm not saying that, but for whatever reason, history hasn't been too good to us as far as getting the top receivers from the South Florida area. Now, mind you, we've gotten some very, very, very good ones from the South Florida area.
The guy. Yeah.
But the guy, right. I mean, because we got JoJo, we got Chance Robinson, we got Malley, all top tier receivers from the South Florida era. But getting that number one guy hasn't been good for us. So I think he's one of those ones where you have to pull out all the stops to get him and Cooper. Yep. You have to do whatever it takes, in my book, to get them here. I mean, I think with his mom being a Hall of Fame basketball player at the University of Miami, I think that pulls some weight. But then again, we've said before, where sometimes these kids don't want to be in the shadow of their parents if they were greats out of school, So,
yeah, we need to be watching that. But
yeah, we'll watch that right after.
We'll see plenty of highlights.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Facts. It is.
It's tough. It's tough. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I agree, man. My bad. I thought my bad. I agree with Pope. So yeah, Derek Cooper's definitely that's the one right there.
He's your 1A. So you're saying
he's 1A. Yeah. He's one. Yeah. He's 1A, B, and C. Actually, you know what I mean.
So you're not because the Tristan Keys factor is
for me it's one of two. You know what I mean? You got to get me one of Russell or Keys, man. You got to.
Yeah.
Got to. One or the other, man. Yeah, we CB want to know what CB.
Hey, what up? What up?
Know what
Look at this guy.
Popping in. Just every time.
Turn the bag upside. There you go.
There you are.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad, son. That's not
bad.
Now those are death. Yeah, death.
Yeah,
we know.
That's 46.
Nah, I got something. I got something y'all really need to try.
Get the fuck.
No.
What the?
No,
fuck?
Bro. All right. I know that's everyone's initial reaction.
Why?
Try them, fam. Do you like dill pickle flavor of snacks?
Yes. I got. I'm gonna try them. They have dill pickle flavored Cheez-Its. Did you know that? I've seen them.
Okay, I need to.
I've seen them somewhere.
Okay,
I gotta get them.
You got some thumbs up. You got some thumbs up in the chat, CB. So the Stick Raw says them chips smack.
Stick Raw, them chips smack.
I got the.
You just got mad bags nuggets open, huh?
Yeah. Well, one of them I had at work.
Mexican street corn. Okay, look, Chad just took over with snacks.
I was about to say we weren't even talking about anything of that nature, but all right, that's cool. Yeah, I like mozzarella sticks.
This man got all the exotic snacks. All right, so that opens up a deeper conversation though, man. For me, like, yes, Cooper's my 1A. I'm with y'all. Consensus, 100%. But what I wonder is why, like, as fans, we don't factor in, like, sometimes, and I take it as a person who's left Miami multiple times, like, sometimes people sometimes you just want to get out. Like, they don't have, these 16, 17-year-old kids don't have a responsibility to us as fans, you know what I mean, to have to stay to make us happy. Who the are we?
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, of course I want he's talking to us. That has to be the new dog. That has to be the new dog and doing whatever it wants.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
like that. Did it not mute me?
No. I
No?
muted you real quick. I muted you after you
So
yelled. I was like,
is it
I know you're
muted
excited.
right now? It's
No.
not
No.
muted. So the mute button on my mic no longer works. That's solid. That's
No.
great. I'm sorry, chat. I actually did try to mute it. Yeah, I have a new
Yeah,
dog, and she's pissing off the old dog.
yeah, because that's a puppy. That's a puppy husky
Yeah,
that you have.
she's a husky. I'm trying to get her over here so I can see her, but
Wow. All the
she's
legacies that want to get out. Yeah. Gold Jacket, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like it seems like the 5-star difference makers always just want to leave Miami.
Yeah.
We're Miami fans. We don't pay
Right.
attention to the other fan bases.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's just,
I
that's
couldn't
just
tell
what
you
it is.
I couldn't tell you who other legacy players would be for other
My
programs.
wife would go
Like, we're,
crazy looking at that dog.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't. Yeah, for
She loves
sure.
Huskies.
Yeah, you could do Huskies in Houston. Is crazy for a Husky though. That she must be shedding everywhere. But
she
yeah,
already
like I
here,
don't.
bro. There's nothing to do about it.
Yeah, you're locked in. I don't. Hey, man, I don't know any other legacies. For the legacies that we know is because we look, most of us are on our 40s except for CB, right? Like we're seeing like that next gen, like these players that we knew when they played ball have kids now. Look at Camden Portis, right? Like there's players that we're seeing the next generation of them. So it's these difference makers hurt to lose 100%. But the thing is, we haven't lost them yet. Like we don't know. We don't know where it's gonna go. Like it might not be looking good. It might be looking good. Might not be looking good on Saturday, but we got the whole season to go. Bunch of visits, bunch of in homes. The work isn't going to stop. Is what I'm saying. Like that shit doesn't stop if a graphic drops. You know, CB, how many? I can't get over how many snacks you had just like next to your computer. That's crazy. That's
Well,
impressive.
it's WNBA day, so I was watching some basketball and eating a bunch of snacks.
I feel you.
Yeah,
So
Angel Reese went
you
crazy today.
what are you thinking about with Derek Cooper and Calvin Russell? They got their commits coming up in the next two Saturdays.
I honestly don't know with either one of them. Coop's got a lot of SEC interest, so obviously that's a little worrying because they tend to always get the nod over other conferences. I think we're all tired of that. Um, but we do know he's got a great relationship with Miami. Was committed to Georgia at one point, decommitted from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
But he still loved Georgia and loved Kirby. I think it was just super early in his process, so he wanted to open everything back up. Calvin Russell, I don't know personally. I've met him a couple times, but I've never like had conversations with him to be able to say where he leans. I know he likes I know much like every receiver in the past 3 years, they love KB. I think we know that. But I know playing basketball is a huge deal for him, maybe even more so than J Rock, because he probably projects as a better basketball prospect than J Rock does. J Rock is a hooper, and J Rock's very good. But Calvin's size and his skill set on the court probably projects a little bit better if he was thinking league. So his basketball may be a bigger point of interest for him. He may be trying to land with a school that is good in both, which could bode well for us. Lucas has been doing some great things in recruiting. I don't know if we'll have enough time to show Calvin the fruits of that, though, which is sometimes important. But in basketball, I think we've seen even more so than football with the portal, you can really change a program quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that we are strengthening the basketball program, that could be enough. Um, I know it's frustrating, man. I know everyone's like, why are we not landing these top receivers? And been wanting Calvin since he was a freshman. So I understand the frustration, but everybody can't go everywhere, right? I mean, he's also looking at a roster going, man, JoJo really hasn't come into his own yet. And when he does, he gonna be the guy. Chance going, should be a 50 catch guy. Nas gonna be a 35, 40 catch guy and a deep threat. Malley's the future slot. So if you look at it in totality on paper, you can't really fault him if he does decide to go elsewhere. I don't think it's a bad thing on the staff, like per se. I just think, these kids have their own interests, and for him, he's different because he really is looking to play basketball and football at the next level, and he could legit make either league. So I think it's a little bit different than him and J Rock. Even though J
I'm
Rock
glad
does want to hoop.
Right. I'm
He
glad
does
you
want to
brought up
hoop.
the whole roster thing, because a lot of these kids are going to look at the rosters of the teams that they're interested in, and they're going to say, okay, where do I fit in here? It's not. Some people say, oh, they just don't want to compete. That's not always the case. That's not going to always be the case. You're going to have. I mean, if you got to like, I like to think of the J Rock situation the same way. He probably took a glance at the roster, saw what the wide receiver room is going to look like. Be like, hey, if I come here, how long am I going to be behind somebody before I get to show what I can do on the field? It's not necessarily going to come down to not wanting to compete. These guys that are being recruited by D1 top level schools, they're all going to compete regardless of where they go.
Yep.
It's going to come down to how the roster stacks up and what is going to be their best options going forward. So I'm pretty sure, and especially a guy like him who's a dual sport athlete, a lot like Calvin Russell, they're going to look at the rosters on both teams and say, okay, where do I fit in here? What do I fit in here? What are my best? Where is my best avenue to success going to be? Where's it going to lie? And you have to take that into consideration. And a lot of people, they don't look at it. They just want to pass it off as, oh, a kid doesn't want to compete.
Their basketball
can't
team not
always
so
say that.
great. So he may have a better shot at playing earlier on the basketball team. They're not looking to get a bunch of one and done guys. That may be a better fit for him. I saw someone in the comments say J-Rock doesn't want to compete. That's insane when you realize that he was the king of a small school and would have put up 1,500 yards every year and scored 20 touchdowns and would have went D1. But instead, he chose to go to Chaminade when they had Kyle Washington, Denarius Gray, Jabari Brady. Who's the other receiver that went D1? They had about 4 or 5 different D1 receivers on that team alone before he got there. Like, so him not wanting to compete is crazy because he left the comfort of a kingdom where him and Zach Katz would have put up stupid numbers for the next couple of years and he'd have went D1 to literally go into the Lions Den, a team that was returning Jabari Brady, Denarius Gray, Kyle Washington, like Derek Cooper, the kid Jackson in the backfield. Like, he went to a stacked team literally to compete in high school. So what makes you think he won't want to compete in college?
Yeah, I think that narrative is definitely overblown, but I want to play devil's advocate a little bit, right? So when you say
great movie, by the way,
people look what devil's advocate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
When people look at depth charts and where they can play and all of that, when these players are going to these programs, like let's say James Johnson going to Georgia, Georgia has freaking 15 5-star D tackles. So all these Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, Texas, they're all stacked at every position for the most part. So it seems like that's the excuse with Miami, but they're willing to go everywhere else to sit because they're gonna sit. Look at a Brandon Ennis. Like, he went to Ohio State and he hasn't
3 years ago.
seen 3 years ago, right? So he might play this year. This may be his year, right?
There's probably a freshman that'll play. There's probably, if we're being honest, there's probably a freshman that'll get that nod.
Right.
Yeah.
But what's the point? What's the, why do you go to the Big Ten or the SEC to sit while, at Miami you could play? What's the deal?
You want the answer to that?
Mm-hmm.
The answer that a lot of fans of programs won't tell you because sometimes your bias blinds you because they believe 1 year there can get them to the league. That's why. They believe 1 year as the number 1 receiver at Ohio State can get me to the league. 1 year at Bama on that defense can get me to the league. 1 year at Texas could get me to the league. That's why. That's the honest reason. is because they don't feel like they should sit somewhere where they think they should, for lack of a better term, maybe be the guy. Versus back in the day, a Nick Saban running back will sit because I know if I only get 1 year, I'm still probably going to get to the league off this 1 year with you. It's just what these other programs have proven, and Mario will start getting that benefit of the doubt the longer his tenure is. It's hard to have a track record before you can build a track record. He's building that track record. We're seeing guys being put in the league. We're seeing guys who came here who weren't on anyone's draft boards, maybe not even get drafted, but getting signed and become and holding down a roster spot. Not the last guy on the roster spot, but legit holding down the roster spot. Matt Lee, you know what I mean? So the more stories we have like that, the more these guys Miami will become that place where it's like, well, man, 1 year there, guy came to the league. 2 years for Maui Noah didn't get drafted. He's on a roster. So I think we'll start to gain that benefit of the doubt, but you have to gain that benefit of the doubt. I don't think it's handed to you. They're looking at something on paper. If you're a quarterback, you go to Ohio State and you can play, you're probably going to the league. If you're a linebacker at Penn State, you're probably going to the league. We just have to build that, and he is, but he needs more time.
Right, he's got to build that resume and start getting those guys to the league, and building that track record. But in all actuality, 1 year at any top D1 school is going to get you to the league, no matter where you're at. But like you said, it's the track record that came before.
From those
what
programs.
comes after from those programs.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
You also have to start recruiting that way, because let's say
we're seeing that. We're seeing that.
Let's say a guy like X, right? Broke every record.
Yep.
One of the most productive college receivers ever. But your measurables are not what the league is looking for. You know what I mean? He, by all accounts, if we're just looking at what he did in college, should have been a top, 3 round pick or something.
Yep.
He should have been gone by at least the 3rd or 4th round.
If you put his stats on paper, no height, no weight, he's probably a first rounder if we keeping it above.
Facts. You know what I mean?
No height, no weight, no running, no. We just put his stats on paper. Somebody gonna say, "Oh yeah, I'll take
that guy."
And keep it a buck. Let's look at a guy like Jacoby George. Jacoby George is nice, and he was cooking them boys in the practices for the league, the
Senior Bowl.
The Senior Bowl, cooking them. Definitely, could have been a higher, but Jacoby George's measurables are not, ideal for the league. So a lot of it, you have to get those guys in the program so they can be first, second round picks.
So Simeon Barrow was probably our most. Go ahead.
Yeah. Also, we have to look at it like Joe. We talked about it last year's draft analysis, right? Like when they had their pro day, scouts weren't really watching Miami during the pro. You know what I'm saying? Like not Cam's year, the year before. There was nobody. Probably nobody on the sidelines.
That was a terrible.
A terrible. Like that has to be built. Like there's no track record. Like we love Miami because you'll see it in the comments after. Oh man, but Miami 2030. Fam, that's a long time. We can't talk pre-social media days anymore as a factor in these times when we're talking about it. Like you have to build that up. Like yes, a Matt Lee if he goes to Ohio State probably gets drafted because Ohio State, LSU's, Alabama's, all these places already have that cachet with the league because they put out proven talent. Miami has to build that up from fucking scratch, and this is year 4. This year is more cool. Last year was cool. This year is crucial as fuck for this program. Because if you go 8-4, like it's the narrative start, all this talent, all this, you know what I'm saying, all that shit is like, what are you doing with these players and this thing that this is your first full recruiting cycle coming to its inception, right? Coming to its prime. Because you have the Ruben Baines, the Francis, all these players. You have to continue to get those guys. They can't be a one-off. Roger Allen, you said it earlier in the chat. Cam Ward is a one-off. If you make Carson Beck, again, the number 1 pick in next year. Then that starts the trend. Right now, it's an anomaly, and that's the reality of it. 10-3 was cool. The defense was what it was. We all have PTSD from it. We all suffered from it every Saturday. We still can't set an edge. I try to watch. I have those flashbacks still. But you have to continue to grow and improve, and Miami hasn't done that consistently. They've had a one-off season, 2017, damn near 10 years ago. That needs to that trajectory needs to continue to go up, because right now, if you're a senior, you saw 3 bad years of Miami, or 2 bad years at Miami in high school, and 1 good year. You can't believe them when they go, there's 1 year of data, right? If you're just doing the research, there's 1 year of data was like, oh, they're getting better. But you give them that second year, and Joe said it, CB said it, Polk said it. This season is crucial as fuck. Like, I just want to reiterate it. This season, if you continue to show that growth and beat a Notre Dame and beat a UF and 11-1, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might have a slip because football is football. You know what I'm saying? Like, you show up against those programs, that's when you start to see that, because it's easy to kick Miami down. It's like, yo, Miami was really good last year, had the number 1 offense, but your defense was trash, and you look at all these other ways you failed. It's easy to point to those things. Make that narrative smaller and smaller, and they're still going to hate you because it's Miami. We know what it is, but you make the narrative sound like, oh, no, you're just hating the hate now. Like that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, those things have to continue to shrink. And it's not just, oh, we're Miami and let me point to this guy 40 years ago that was really good. Fam, they didn't even have rankings back then. Television was with the click, 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 click shit. Like, we can't point to those times anymore. That we got to talk about 2025, and that has to continue to build, and Mario and the staff have to continue to build to that. So there are going to be coaches who leave, you know what I'm saying, because they outgrow the process and they go to the league. Because I think every coach's dream is to go to the league. That's what they've always wanted to do when they started their process. This is the business. There's going to be turnover, and all that shit's going to happen. But yeah, man, just wanted to get that spiel out there. Want to make sure I said that. CB, my bad, I cut you off.
Yeah, it'll get better once we develop a track record. It's just developing a track record. I mean, negative recruiting happens as well. If I was recruiting against Miami, I would do the same thing that we just did, except I would use it against them. I would go into a receiver's room and say, Jacoby George and Xavier Restrepo are fantastic talents. Wouldn't you love to be them? And the receiver would say, yep. And I would say, neither one of them got drafted.
That
What do you mean it don't matter?
You're not 5'8", 155. You're fucking 6'4", 215. Like
Jacoby's what, 6'1", 6'2"?
No. Jacoby George is like 5'10", 170. Like,
is
he's another little dude. He's a little dude,
yes.
man.
He's very little.
These guys
and
are little.
J-Rock is what?
Yeah, yes, right. I'm talking about somebody like Tristan Keys, or somebody like Calvin Russell or something like that.
Until they build the track record, though, it's easy to negatively recruit against them. He's building it. It's no different than he's about to go on a streak. Give us probably starting next year. We're about to go on a run of offensive linemen year after year.
Oh yeah,
that's going to be drafted. It'll be easy to bring them in. It's harder to bring in a 5-star defensive tackle, because when's the last time we produced a dominant NFL offensive tackle or defensive tackle?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta show people what they can be. Hey, you can be this guy, you can be that guy. It's easy to call Beck because we can turn on Cam Ward's highlights, baby. It's very easy to land Beck because you can do that. It's very easy to land a tight end because, oh my God, we got so many examples for you. I ain't got that many examples for you at DT. Right now, I don't have that many examples for you at receiver. Isaiah Horton would have been a great one if he'd have stayed here. Big body, was grown from the ground up here. He would have been a great example. So, and it will happen, y'all. The foundation is there. You're looking at the roster, some of these young guys that have such great promise. If even half of them end up panning out, your edge. You'll be able to walk in anyone's room that's a defensive end, that's an offensive lineman, that's a DB. Once we start turning these guys into pros, like I know that staff will, these conversations will be way easier 2 or 3 years down the road. You got to prove it. And Cristobal didn't inherit a goddamn playoff roster. I think people forgot like the work that he had to resod the field. and then grow some grass. Like he wasn't given a nice setup. So, and I think he's done a good job, even with some of the guys he inherited, getting them to the league. Guys that we didn't think ever had a shot of going to the league and are playing. Maybe they're just playing special teams. Yeah, Ivy is out there doing the Lord's work for the Bengals. He's looking solid out there. So we've done a good job. We just haven't had the first or second round guys, but we're doing it with some of the later round guys. So a lot of our undrafted guys end up sticking. You know how rare that is? Look at the last two drafts. Mostly our unsigned guy, our undrafted guys have stuck on rosters.
Our DT that we thought was you know what I'm saying?
They're doing something. They are building something. It's just like in a plant, they say the small near misses build up to a big accident one day. We are hitting our near misses right now. The undrafted guys, the 7th round, the 6th round guys, those guys are productive NFL players that were former Miami Hurricanes. That's going to continue to grow. Then we'll start putting down the 4ths, the 3rds, the 2nds. CCO, kick the door down for our first round offensive lineman. If you look at the talent on this roster, I do believe it's coming. I do.
I think we were quick. Oh, go ahead, B.
We're gonna do a quick break because we have something that just dropped on the site. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you scan that
next drop
right there. Scan that QR code. You see how that was good.
Ooh, that was smooth. Ray.
That was smooth. Thank you.
You guys overwhelmingly voted for Ray Lewis to be the next drop, man.
You heard podcast.com/merch, man. Check it out. Season's a month away. Well, yeah, right.
The chat wants Tristan Keys hard, bro. The chat wants Tristan Keys.
So we see, and
the
that's
whole Calvin Russell
room,
Cooper thing. We took Tristan Keys out of the picture just for that discussion.
Yeah,
of course we all want Tristan Keys.
Yeah. Well,
that's the room, man. That's the room. That's the thing. Like the last guy to me, of course, JoJo was a guy coming out of high school. You can't deny that. But Amon Richards, what to me was the last guy that if he got his all 4 years or 3 years, he would have been a number one.
Ooh.
He would have been drafted very high.
If Chance could stay healthy, man, boys just be sleeping on him. He was so cold, bro. Like Chance was so cold, bro.
But again, you got to look at, like, I know CB is a big proponent of, size. You don't need the size in the room to get busy. In college, you do not. But when you go to get drafted, that is a factor. You know what I mean? If you're going to be 5'10", 180, you better be running a 4.3. You better be running a 4 and under, 4.39, 4.38, 4.2, something. Jeff Thomas. Oh, man, that was my guy. Damn, that was my guy.
He goes minus the attitude. Minus the attitude.
I love that dude, man. He was so talented.
You can get Joe going.
Yeah, you gotta be. You have to have special traits elsewhere if you don't have that size, man. And that's where the room is to me right now. Like,
did you know DeAndre Hopkins is only 6'1"?
Who?
DeAndre Hopkins. He's only 6'1". Did you know that? He plays so much taller than that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was 6'3", 6'4".
That fool catches everything. He's
6'1".
Yeah.
If y'all listen, have you guys had a chance to see Nick?
Yeah, I saw him in person too.
I saw highlights.
Yeah. Okay. I saw highlights. Yeah, not solid.
He's better than a lot of the. I think he's a 27. No, I don't think he's a 27.
They're trying. Apparently, they're trying to get.
He's better than a lot of people in the 26 class that people would probably be shocked if I told you he's better than. I'm gonna just leave it that way. He's better than a lot of receivers in the 26 class that if I said their names, people would be like, "You tripping?" He's better than them.
Yep.
That's
somebody I would love to see in like I gotta get to a high school game so I could see
the West.
High school game. Yeah, man.
That's crazy on the outside. You got Nick and Calvin Russell. That's stupid. Who's incredible. Jason Sanchez asks, "Who's all going to the Notre Dame game?"
Everybody.
Everybody.
Listen, everybody going. Don't worry
I'm
about
not
it.
going.
Everybody
I will not be at the Notre Dame game. Don't let Joe lie to y'all.
Everybody going. Everybody going.
Everybody.
Everybody.
I've been in Houston, Texas, bro. I just let y'all know
You'll
that.
In the
see
chat, man, let us.
everybody at the
My couch is right there. I will be right there on that couch, screaming and
Let
yelling.
us know in the chat, man, if you're going to the Notre Dame game Sunday night, which is crazy. I better not have to work that Monday. Jason said, "Booked my flights from Denver a few weeks ago. Salute.
Can't wait.
Well, the following Monday is Labor Day, so
Yep.
Stop the run. All we gotta do is stop the run. Their passing game is not going to be ready at the beginning of the season.
No, it won't.
No.
I bet you they come out and throw a bomb first play action. Bomb.
No, they got receivers, but their passing game traditionally every year though it's taken like 3 to 4 games for their passing game to get going, and they have 3 running backs that can give you 200, no joke. So stop the run early, call it a day.
I come out of 12 personnel, play action, and we going up.
Why do we do this? We always forget Armando Blunt.
What do you mean? We ain't even talking about that.
No, but I'm saying like in the D tackles D line, like he's a D tackle, right? Like we're putting him in.
He hasn't been drafted in the first round though, so he don't count.
You don't count.
He's not a 5-star no more. And he's a monster. That he ate Armando Blunt. He cloned himself and ate one of him. That's how big he is now.
He's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Juan Manuel asks, "Will it be hot at the Notre Dame? It's a night game."
Yeah.
It's August in Miami. Come on.
It's still August. To be hot. Hydrate all day. Hydrate.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. It's cold in that stadium though. I was freezing during that weight game. It's cold in there.
It was cold that
day.
Yeah, it was cold that day.
The weight game?
Yeah, I was cold.
It was a little chilly that morning. I had a coffee in the morning. It was a little brisk in the morning. Yeah, it was.
It was a little brisk.
It was brisk.
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I found a whole long sleeve under my.
You set the temperature just because you set the temperature in the room.
You want that's how you with Ed Ogeron. So I don't know.
Yeah, we know, and yeah, we got it. Thank you, Joe, for you.
Joe is in suite with FC.
He has wet. Excuse me, Mr. Williams. Excuse me, sir. Would you like some Grey Poupon?
Joe is in the suite with Diddy. Cool.
Joe is in the Diddy suite. We're in the baby oil suite. Yeah.
Just slid right in.
I forgot you were in a suite for that game.
Slip and slide suite. Yeah, we were in the slip.
Yeah, you know, Joe never told us like who he was with. That's why he ain't never tell us who he was with. He just kept saying, "Take that." I didn't know what he meant. Now I do.
He signed the NDA. Is what happened there.
Yeah, Joe got an NIL deal with Bad Boy. You know, the original New Yorker. He got an NIL deal with Bad Boy, bro.
An NIL deal with Bad Boy.
Take that. One World says year 4 of Mario's tenure completely changed everything. This is year 4. This is CB. 6 months ago, or I think during the offseason, right after the season ended, talked about the year 4 of previous coaches, and
that was a weird trend.
Yeah, that stuck with me ever since. Was it like every coach went like barely 7-5?
Yeah, right, it was that drop. It was that drop after the good year. It was the.
Yep.
Look what he did in the portal. Like he continues to kind of amaze me every year. I don't think he should be on the mountaintop that some people put him on, but I think he's fantastic. Like anytime we be like he don't do something, he goes and does that. Like, right. He's just like we're like he's not getting offensive line, but he gets a bunch of offensive line. We're like quarterbacks in this year, Cameron. Yeah. We're like we don't have a DB to save our lives. He's like, I'll get you 9 in the portal if you want. Like
not just some Jags either.
No. I'll get the one guy. I'll get the number 2 guy, and then when a new guy jumps in and he becomes the one guy, I'll get his ass.
Get him
like
too.
He's I'll probably go to SMU.
I might pull up on CB. I might pull up at SMU.
Yeah, I want to see their stadium too. But that part about Mario, I admire. He really does have a pulse on the team. If like the roster was a living, breathing entity, he has like a pulse on it. He truly does understand. It seems like every offseason he understands that one critical point and he tries to address it as best as he can.
Yeah, he
And you
doesn't.
got to give him kudos for that.
The in season stuff, take that out. Like, he doesn't take long to course correct. He does not take long to course correct. He goes, okay, I'm fixing that. I'm attacking that right away, and right away, like there, he doesn't go. Oh, let me get 1 or 2 defensive backs and let's see what happens. Now, I'm gonna get 17 of y'all, and 8 of y'all better work real quick.
Yeah,
because there's still guys here. Like,
he got so many DBs. I'm
you
worried
can
about
leave.
everyone that's committed lately.
Yeah. You could come here in December, but you might be gone in April. Like, fuck around. Listen, if you don't work, like, we're gonna get that shit turned over immediately.
It's a great point. People don't remember stuff like that. No shade at nobody, but guys like Terry Roberts, guys that, hey, if it wasn't working right away, was it Savion Riley?
Yeah.
The one who ended up going to Colorado. Hey, look, if it ain't working out right away, don't unpack that shit yet. Just don't unpack yet.
Stay in that hotel. Stay in that hotel a little longer.
We're gonna get you a temporary room.
You know what I'm saying? The portal gimmick, the portal
put you in the portable.
Put you in the Airbnb for a couple months, and
we'll pay
coming in like, hey, why everybody's shorts got their last name on it? Mine say Miami. Yeah, just put them on. We want to see you backpedal first before we print your name on shit. I appreciate that, and I think that part goes underrated about Mario. That he does seem to actually look at his program in totality, and he tries to find the weaknesses. I don't think people talk about that enough about him. It's just what he can't do on game day or whatever the hell. But he actually does. He's in it for every big time recruit. We may not get him, but our hat's on the table. And at the end of the year, if there's a gaping hole, or die trying, he gonna fix it. Like he gonna fix it.
Facts. Y'all got anything else? Poke, you got anything else before we get up out of here?
I do actually. Quick shout out to JD and the baseball team. They're making some really, really big moves right now in the portal. So far we got 5 new guys out of the portal. We got the FIU first baseman Brylan West, big first baseman, 6'4", 230.
Damn.
He hit like 330, 12 home runs last year for FIU. Did that back-to-back seasons. Big arm.
Can he play linebacker? The fuck is he doing?
I know. People underestimate how big baseball players are. People underestimate how big they are. You see a bunch of these dudes; they're 6 foot plus, 215 plus dudes, and they put them on the football field. And I bet they could. They can do something.
I think we had so many baseball stars that were infielders for a little bit that people were like, "Oh, that's the height of normal baseball players." But no,
no.
They're also jacked different. It's a lot of resistance stuff, so they don't look swole, and then they flex, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
But big time arm. I can see him being one of our top 3 starters. It was FIU's ace last year. Big righty, tops 97. So I mean that's one of the things I think the baseball team really needs to focus on with the pitching as far as getting like some power arms. Because I mean we had some guys last year that could run it up there, but I think the way college baseball is going right now, you see these teams that are dominating in their conferences and making the College World Series and stuff, they have arms and that guys that can really bring it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we had a few guys there, which was nice, but bringing him from FIU is big. Easton Marks is his name, big righty. Another transfer, Vance Sheehan. He's from, I want to say UC Upstate, but he was Big South Freshman of the Year, shortstop, which is big. He can also play second with us losing Digo to graduation. That's going to be a big hole to fill. I think he hit around 330, 11, 12 home runs as well. 57 RBIs too, which is
go.
Big.
Bring him in. Drop him in too. Shit.
He's a stud. And then the catcher from NC State, Alex Sosa, kid is a monster. Big lefty, sweet swing, can drive the ball, powerful bat. I think he had 10 home runs and batted like right around 290, 300. So he's bringing in some dudes, and it's something that really that the baseball team really needs to see. So I mean, we've lost a couple guys to the portal that are transferring out, which is expected. especially with baseball. But I think just these 5 additions so far are going to make a big difference. The other guy is the other guy is a bullpen guy, but again, another much needed arm. I think he's transferred from UNLV, Michael Taylor, and yeah, it's so far so good. So shout out to JD. He's making a lot of improvements, and I think with the run that they went on last year, you're going to see us getting some more commits, some higher tier guys. One of the big issues with baseball recruiting, and you don't see it in football and basketball, because these kids can't go from high school straight to the pros like they can in baseball. So you're seeing a lot of these top tier baseball players from high school that are very, very high draft picks, and none of them are going to go to the schools that they've committed to because of their draft status and where they get picked. And you see that across the country, not just at Miami, but it's it's just one of the things you have to work around, which is why they so many offers go out to baseball players, because they have to bank on the fact that kids are going to get drafted and they're going to go pro rather than go to the college that they commit to. So, but having all these scholarships now, and then the whole team can be fully scholarshiped, is a big time help, especially with a school like Miami. Being a private school is much more expensive than any other state school. Because if this were the case when I was playing ball, I would have had no problem going to Miami to play baseball. My biggest problem was I couldn't afford it. Scholarship or not, couldn't afford it. So.
Yeah, as someone who got my only offer was from an NAIA school that was a private school. My dad was like, "Bro, they are not giving you enough." It's like they don't
that's right. I played NAIA ball too out of high school, because that was where I went. And even then it wasn't, NAIA didn't allow full athletic scholarships. So I mean, luckily my grades were good enough, so I got some from from academics, but
they weren't giving you enough. My dad was
not NAIA schools.
Interesting question. I got quickly poke
not
about
back
the
in
baseball.
'97. Not back in '97 anyway.
Yeah, they weren't doing it in 2008 either, boy. They was trying to give me pennies. Anyway, when you build a rotation now, I haven't been big into college baseball since like Houston Street, which is damn near 10 years ago. Is it still 3-man rotation long, like lot of arms in the bullpen, or do they build those like a college rotation different now?
No, it's still basically you have your 3 top starters, because you keep them for your conference games, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Your Friday starter is always going to be your ace majority of the time, 9 times out of 10. But then you're going to have those midweek guys, because you're going to have your midweek games as well, and you can't have your conference guys pitching midweek because they won't be ready. So you're going to have that extra, that 4th, 5th guy that's either going to be a really long reliever, or he could possibly be another starting pitcher, which we saw that happen this year with Miami, because we started off with Brian Walters being our Friday guy, and then Hugus, and then we usually had that 3rd guy sometimes rotated back and forth. But Walters wasn't working out as a starter so much, so they moved him back to the bullpen and became our closer and dominated. Hugus moved up. CJ Siskar, all freshman, all American, ACC, all ACC, all freshman pitcher, and then that 3rd guy, it kind of jumped around a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, you build it off of 3 starters, and then you have that kind of 4th guy, sometimes a 5th guy for those midweek games, and then you kind of really. College relies on the bullpen a lot more than you would see, at the pro level, for sure.
So who's our ace going into this year?
Right now, it's
coming in.
I don't think so. I think Hugus is going to keep that spot. I really like him a lot, but I think with Siskar coming back and then the Marks coming from FIU, you're going to have a solid 3 starting going forward. So it's gonna be nice. I would like to. I would like
aces anywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, I would like for them to get. It would be nice to have a lefty in the starting rotation. So we'll see what happens there.
That's facts. Definitely need that.
All right.
Sorry, baseball.
Yeah.
Love it.
Good.
Love
CB.
it.
Fantastic. CB?
No. We're getting close to the football season. Thank God. Yeah, football season's coming. That's exciting. College football season's coming, which is even more exciting. I think it's going to be interesting. I think this is going to be a really fun year. It doesn't feel like there's, every year we're like, oh, that the dominant team is coming back. I don't think we have that this year. I don't think we have like a clear cut these guys should be national champions coming into this season.
Everybody has questions. Ohio
Yeah,
State definitely has questions.
right.
Oregon,
So I think
yep,
it feels the most open that it's been in a little bit, which you really shouldn't get open like this in the transfer portal era, because you should
Yep.
in
You
an
should
era
address
like this, you would think the big teams would consolidate the best players and keep getting the top guys from the portal, but it feels wide open this year, man, and that's exciting. Even in our conference, it feels wide open. So I'm excited.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, we're a month away from camp kicking off. I think it kicks off at the end of July. Commits popping still every couple of days. Next 2 Saturdays are big. Who knows when Breck and Zachary Turner make their decisions, if things are getting moved up, when the graphics are out. Appreciate y'all so much for checking out the pod, man. Remember, we're available wherever you get your podcast. So as soon as we're done here, you can listen to us. Leave us 5-star reviews. Leave us comments on Spotify. We appreciate you. For my brother CB, for my brother Joe, for my big brother Poke, which 4th of July, you know what I'm saying? Gonna be a great time.
If you're still throwing up the you like this, smack
Oh, yeah,
yourself.
you out of pocket. Also, follow us on Instagram and TikTok as well. We're on all social medias now. We're on everything. Follow us on everything.
We out of here, man.
Share,
Appreciate
subscribe.
y'all. Love y'all. Peace.
Thanks for watching. You heard. Thanks for listening. We appreciate y'all. You already know every Wednesday, 6 o'clock. You already know every Sunday. Right on time.